Welcome to, we're on another weekly weight loss vlog. It is Monday again. What time is it? No, what date is it? You don't need to know what the time is. It's actually 5 to 8 in the morning. I'm recording this one early today. But anyway, it is Monday, the 16th of June. So we're over halfway through June already. This Saturday, the 21st of June, is the summer solstice. So it is the lightest night of the year. And not to be too depressing, but it starts getting darker from Saturday night in. Not that we notice it really till, I would say, the end of August going into September, really. But yeah, we're coming up to halfway through 2025. Unbelievable. Anyway, here we are, another weekly weight loss vlog. We're doing last week, which is, it was the 9th of June, Monday the 9th of June to Sunday the 15th of June. The last full week of tracking for 2 weeks. Yes, there is no weekly weight loss vlog next Monday. I am on my Holly Bobs on Saturday. I feel like I've been talking about it forever. I am so ready for it. But yeah, there's no full week this week. There's certainly no full week next week, which I'll talk about at the end of the vlog, what's going on and how I'm going to handle things. But for now, it's last week. How did last week go? Really, really good. I think I said last Monday, I was struggling a little bit for motivation, and I couldn't really describe it, if I'm being honest with you. I was like, am I struggling for motivation with work? Am I struggling for motivation with my weight loss? I was just... my head's just a bit melted, if I'm being honest with you. Just because I've not had a proper sort of chill out for... sorry, I'm just remembering to take my meds. I normally do this on my live because I'm sat here doing this now. I'm like, I'm going to get them down now. Just in case you don't watch any of my social media lives, but you just watch these, I have rheumatoid and psoriatic arthritis. I will have osteoarthritis as well, but I've never been... diagnosed with that, so I take sulfasalazine twice a day to help with the old arthritis. Anyway, let's get back to weekly weight loss vlog time. So, I felt like I was struggling a little bit for motivation the week before. That disappeared. So I think I was probably just over-analysing things. I think I just had one of those weeks where everything didn't quite feel like it was as smooth as it should be. But don't get me wrong, I am ready for a break. Although I did go on a mate's 40th, about 50th actually. You'd love it to have been his 40th. About 6 weeks or so ago. So I had a few days off. I didn't class it as a break. It was a very busy sort of few days. It was very hectic. It was very booze filled. I needed a holiday after coming back from it. I was absolutely shattered. So really the last break I had was the first week of March. So I just need to switch off for a few days, but it's coming up in, four full days really, because this is Monday. 5 days time, really. Anyway, but last week, everything went all right. No issues. Motivation was back to where it normally was. And when motivation dips a little bit, determination needs to kick in. And that did happen the week before. And actually, I probably had a slightly better week where I felt my motivation was dipping a little bit in terms of what, I need to do for my weight loss. But I'm plucking at hairs. No, picking at hairs. No, plucking at... I have no idea what the saying is. You know what I mean? Anyway, less waffle. Let's get into last week. But it went all good. First of all, though, it was check-in day on Friday. Last check-in for a couple of weeks? No. So my next check-in would fall when I'm on holiday. I'm actually going to weigh in next Friday, the day before I go on holiday, just to, again, keep that motivation up a little bit. I do it a lot of the time with my clients. If they're, if they've checked in, my clients check in every 2 weeks, but if they've checked on the Friday and I'm away next Saturday, I'm like, right, well, let's do another check-in next Friday. I normally don't like to check in very, weekly, but, I'm not doing it to see big results on the scales. Like I say, I'm just doing it for my clients. If they know they've got to check in, it's accountability, it's some support if they need it, and it'll just keep them going right up to that holiday. Which is exactly what I'm going to be doing myself. Anyway, here is my check-in. Standard £2 off. Perfect. I did feel a little bit bloated. And Thursday night before I weighed, we went shopping to get some some holiday bits that we needed to. No, we didn't. We went actually. No, we did. We went to spit it out, Neil. We went to M&S to do a little bit of holiday shopping, just to get a couple of little bits and pieces that Rachel needed. We also had some bits to return. So I ended up picking Rachel up from work, going straight shopping. So we grabbed a quick McDonald's while we were out and about. McDonald's, more carbs than I'd normally have. Certainly more salt. I mean, I do consume quite a bit of salt, but certainly more salt than I'd normally have. We also had a bit of a sweet treat as well. I can't remember what that was. Did we get something from M&S and had it in the car? I can't remember. But anyway, the result of that will have been a little bit of extra water retention Friday morning. But I don't do that like Slimming Will, where you starve yourself all day because you've got weighing at night time or weighing the next day. I just eat the way I eat, and if it affects the scales on it, it does what it does. So I'm £2 off, and £2 is fantastic. Great result. And I'm pretty much at target for 2025, if I'm being honest with you. A lot of people have said to me recently, what is your target? Because I've lost a decent amount of weight. 34.2 pounds in weight gone this year. That isn't 34.2 pounds in fat. You can see that. I've actually added this in. I go through phases of where I should count it or not. But I weighed myself first thing New Year's Day. I was really bloated. I wasn't very well. I had a bit of a stomach bug as well. But I pushed through. I had that on New Year's Eve and I pushed through it. And yeah, I just wasn't great. And then I lost 7.2 pounds overnight on Tuesday. So I'm like, is that an anomaly on the scales or is it just a great big whoosh? In all honesty, I hardly ate anything on New Year's Day. And I did make, not to go into too much detail, a couple of trips to the toilet due to my stomach bug. So it will have been weight loss, not fat loss, weight loss. So I've counted it. So I am 34. So from the start of the year, the 1st of January, 2025, I am 34.2 pounds down. But if you knock 7.2 pounds, I'm about 2 stone down in body fat and 34.2 pounds down in total. And yeah, do you know what? I actually set this as a target for last year and I didn't get that close to it really. I want it to be about 18 stone, and that is where I'm currently at the moment. Now, I tend to look a bit bigger than I am in terms of weight because I do carry a lot of loose skin still, certainly around my hips and my back, and it makes me look wider than I actually am, whether it's just sort of, sat there really. But, you know, and that skin does weigh something. If I had all my loose skin removed, I'd probably be somewhere around 17 stone, something like that. So anyway, but yeah, I'm kind of sat just around where I wanted to be by the end of the year. I didn't set myself any firm targets, but yeah, the last couple of years, I have wanted to get down to around 18 stone, and that is where I'm at. So absolutely buzzing with that. And that's going to kind of change then my goals, not change my goals, but when I get back from holiday, I am literally going to lose my holiday weight. Once I've lost my holiday weight, so basically I want to be where I'm at now. I'm going to weigh next Friday, but I don't care what I weigh next Friday. I'm taking this as the number. When I get back from holiday, I want to lose my holiday weight. Once I've lost my holiday weight, I'm then just going to work on maintaining those losses. I've got a few bits and pieces on over the summer, so I feel there's going to be a few fluctuations up and down. I then go away again at the beginning of October, so about 3 months after this holiday. And whatever I weigh going on that holiday in October, when I come back from October, I am going to go into another weight loss phase up until Christmas. So I might be lighter than I am now. Don't care. I'm still going to go into a weight loss phase. If I'm heavier than I am now, I'm going to go into a weight loss phase. Anyway, that's my plan kind of for the rest of the year in terms of what my weight's going to be doing. But yeah, absolutely buzzing with where I'm at the moment. Right, let's get into what we normally do. Last week, calories were absolutely... Oh, I've sent the wrong... It's me. I've sent the wrong photo over. You'll be able to see the photo now. You'll be like, what are you on about, Neil? Not the photo, but you'll be able to see my calories now. I've not sent myself a week view over. I have now. Yeah, there we go. So, again, Monday to Friday, very controlled. Even though we had that McDonald's on Thursday night, my calories were perfectly in control. But just the way we eat sometimes can increase excess water weight, excess food weight, excess water retention. And having some sweet treats Thursday night, even though it was in calories, having a McDonald's Thursday night, even though it was in calories, will cause some excess water retention. So I should be losing about 3 pounds of body fat with the deficit I'm in, which is kind of where I've been at for 2025. 3 pounds of body fat, that's every 2 weeks. Now, obviously, I've had a couple of surplus weeks in there as well. So we're about 20 weeks in. So if I'd lost 1.5 pounds of body fat, I would be over 30 pounds fat loss, and I'm not a million miles away from that, plus my whoosh. Anyway, we're talking calories, Neil. Yeah, so last week, calories absolutely spot on. 1850 Monday. Monday always tends to be a really low day for me. Couple of thousand Tuesday, 1900 Wednesday, 2193 Thursday, 2397 Friday, and then higher calorie weekends, and 624 calories under my ideal deficit. So calories, tick, tick, tick. Again, no major issues. Enjoyed a nice higher calorie weekend, but nothing crazy. What I have been trying to do actually recently is I burn about 3,500 calories a day. I've been trying to kind of stick to that or under over the weekend. So more than I'd eat normally during the week, but kind of try and stick to maintenance or deficit calories every single day, as it were. Yesterday, I actually went a little bit over that, but Saturday, I was still in a calorie deficit, only by about 150 calories. But anyway, it's what we do over a week. It's not what we do daily. But it's good to have little targets. Anyway, that's the old calories for the week. Let's get the old movement up. Steps, absolutely flying last week with steps. Every day over 10,000. Just a really busy week. No like abnormal days. So no days where I was hitting 15, 16 to counterbalance maybe a 6,000 or 7,000 step day. Just very, very kind of even playing field. And yeah, just a really busy week doing bits of shopping, trying to get some extra dog walks in because we go away. It's just kind of the way we ramp things up a little bit before we go on holiday. Hitting the gym a lot. Let's get straight into that. So steps, very, very good. Nearly 12,000 a day average. And nothing will change. That's something that never changes on holiday is movement. Steps are always really, really good. Exercise, absolutely through the flipping roof for the old exercise. Weight, pretty much, I think we went to the gym every day last week. We have been doing that for about 2 or 3 weeks, to be honest with you. I do different things on different days. So, do you need rest periods from the gym or from training? Yes, but you need rest periods from, like, if you're going to lift weights and you went to lift weights every single day, no, you need some rest periods from lifting weights. You need a day or two for your body to recover. I have lifted weights 6 days out of 7, but Saturday I went and did spin. So that's more cardio based. So that is a rest day from weights. But it's not a rest day from cardio. But I don't really do loads of cardio. I'll jump on the cross trainer to warm up every day. And that also tots my steps up a little bit. But yeah, anyway, hit the gym every day. But I did weights 6 days out of 7. Cross trainer last week, chilled it out a little bit. Just did 3 days, which was Monday, Wednesday and yesterday. And then, of course, the old spinaroonie. The spin classes. Tuesday, really good class. Definitely feel my fitness is massively improving. Really struggling to get my average heart rate above 150. So I need to pop the power up on my bike. But I'm not going to do that pre-holiday. And it literally says there, effort moderate. I don't like seeing that. But that's because I'm getting fitter and that's where my power on my bike is set. So I do need to ramp it up. I'm going to wait until I get back from holiday. Then I'm going to ramp it up a little bit. Though effort level on Saturday, just a slightly different playlist. And I did get my head down on Saturday. I really worked slightly harder than I had the power set on my bike. By the way, the bike system we use at Ribby Hall is called intelligent cycling. So if you give that a little YouTube, you'll know what I'm kind of talking about. You might not be interested at all, but just when I'm talking about power on the bikes and stuff like that, hitting different colour zones. Anyway, really put it in on Saturday. So there's my movement. Just consistent as always, really. Right, food. I'm going to get ramped through this fairly quickly. Let's do the top 5. Number 5, I'm going to go for this. Standard. Really enjoyed it. Very nice plate of food. For all the people out there that, you eat a bit of processed food, all your diet's processed. It really isn't. You're only seeing a smidge of what I eat overall because people just see what they want to see. There we go. Homemade air fried chips, nice bit of fillet steak done on the barbecue, mushrooms and asparagus. Classic, simple, straightforward, 635 calories, 54 grams of protein, 8.4 grams of fibre. Lots of my 5 a day in there with the asparagus and the mushrooms. Don't know why, potatoes don't class as one of your 5 a day. They do for me. Loads of veggies on there. But when you're in NutriCheck, they don't. I did have a drizzle of, I forgot, I was going to get like a peppercorn sauce and I forgot to get one. So I actually did have a drizzle of Frank's spicy mayo, which I haven't tracked in there, but I actually tracked it in another, sometimes I do that. Every now and then, I'm not saying I'm 100% perfect. If I remember it like the next day, I didn't. So I actually had, for my tea on, I had pizza enchiladas for my tea on Saturday night. I just put in double pork because I had Frank's spicy mayo on that. I just put in 2 tablespoons in there to cover that. So, but that is what's in the picture. So I'm showing you the calories for what's in the picture. If you have any sauces, you need to add on to that. Right, let's do, that's number 5. Let's do number 4. Not had this for absolutely, how long? Ages. I did a fake away Chinese. Honestly, absolutely loved it. Sometimes we go through phases, like a lot of people. You eat something all the time, then it gets a bit samey, and then you don't have it for a couple months, and then you really look forward to it. So, egg fried rice and curry sauce. I'm making the same every time. I use half a pack of the steamed long grain fried rice from Aldi, a pack of their pepper stir fry veg, 1 egg. Right, that is the portion basically, and there's a bit of MSG in there and a bit of soy and this, that, and the other. It adds up to hardly anything. Actually, I think basically I've got it tracked as a meal because I'm making it the same. I think I do include the soy and I think that's about it, and a little bit of oil as well. But this is the beauty of using NutriCheck, and if you make something the same every time you have it, or pretty much the same, you can save it as a meal. So I have egg fried rice and curry sauce saved. It's 418 calories, and then whatever I have with it. So there we've had one of the Aldi Inspired Cuisine, which is like an Itsu dupe spring roll, and then I just did some chicken breast fillets with it on the side. Dead easy, 709 calories, 54 grams of protein, 5.6 grams of fibre. Absolutely delicious. Keeping the Chinese theme going, this is number 3. And you know what? I just took this together. It was something I had in. I wanted to do some sort of stir fry. I actually only had broccoli. And I remember we went to P.F. Chang's in America a couple of years ago, and they do beef and broccoli. And it is literally beef, broccoli, and like some sort of soy sauce. So that was kind of my inspiration for this. This is actually the hoisin pork strips from Aldi, just with some broccoli. I did a bit of a sauce and a few other seasonings. I then used some of the protein noodles in there. This literally took 5 minutes to make. I'm actually going to film it, how I chucked it all together and the little bits of seasonings and do it as a recipe this week. 5 minutes stir fry. 5 minutes. That is how long it literally took. From turning on getting everything out might take a bit of time. Waiting for the pan to get red hot might take a bit of time. But from the pork first hitting my wok and it's sizzling to sticking it in that bowl, taking the picture, was just under 5 minutes. Maybe with a little bit of prep, way less than 10 minutes. Anyway, way less than 10 minutes. Absolutely banging. 606 calories, 73 grams of protein, and 7.1 grams of fibre. Oosh! Very, very nice. Right, number 2. I I'm going to go for this, which is my steak ragu lasagna. So many people have asked for the recipe. I do have the Boss's lasagna recipe on YouTube. Very, very similar. But Rachel's not a fan of mince. So I actually make like a beef ragu. But with this one, I actually used, and I put this on maybe a couple of weeks ago. It was up there a couple of weeks ago. It's number 2 today. I think it was number 1 last time. It's basically, I use stewing steak in the oven for about 4 or 5 hours till it goes really, really soft. And then drain it off. And then I've added half a jar of Rao's marinara sauce. That's it. Dead simple. And then I layer it with lasagna and actually use the light cheese slices instead of making a bechamel. Really, really simple. That's how I made it. Nice bit of mozzarella on top. Absolutely beautiful. Serve with a side salad. And a couple of pieces of garlic bread. 814 calories, 58.5 grams of protein, 5.1 grams of fibre. I might actually, it is slightly different than the Boss's lasagna, so in the future, I might film it. And number 1, this was just unbelievable. Full English breakfast from a bit of a greasy spoon in Blackpool called the Pepper Mill. Maybe a bit unfair to call it a greasy spoon. It's an old school cafe. It's been there a long time. We actually went into Blackpool because Rachel she's lost a lot of weight recently and she needed her wedding ring and her engagement ring resizing. So we dropped it off at my friend's, who's the jeweller who we got the rings from. He said, it'll be an hour, go get yourself some dinner and I'll have the rings. So we had a mooch about and I went, do you know what? I used to go here as a kid. Can't believe it's still there. Just spotted it. I said, can we go in? This was the breakfast. It was amazing. Yes, it's a greasy spoon. It was fried mushrooms, fried bread. I've not had fried bread for years. But anyway, fried bread. I only had 1 piece of that. 2 sausages, like chip shop sausage, basically. 2 eggs, very nostalgic. The bacon was cooked to perfection. You also got a tea or a coffee with it and a slice of toast with butter and jam for a tenner. Another slice of toast with butter and jam and a tea or coffee, 10 quid. It was unbelievable. How do you track an independent cafe? I've literally just put it in as a Wetherspoons large breakfast. That fried bread was so, so good. I literally feel my arteries clogging up as I'm eating it. And I did only have 1 piece. Rachel tried it. She'd never had fried bread before. But yeah, what a breakfast that was. 1,343 calories. That was kind of my treat meal for the week. 52 grams of protein and 11 grams of fibre. It was unreal. But if you want a bit of a greasy spoon breakfast, that is very good for a greasy spoon. And you're in Blackpool, head to the Pepper Mill. Top tier. Absolutely top tier. That's it for another week. I think we've got through that quite quickly, haven't we? Anyway, what's going on this week then? So, I am tracking my calories Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. Staying accountable, working towards a calorie deficit, trying not to go into holiday mode. As soon as I get to the airport, Saturday morning, we're off to Benidorm for a week. Calories will not exist, and they are not going to exist. That is my cutoff point. June the 21st, 2025 is my cutoff point. When I go away, I create a cutoff point, I create a restart point. June the 21st, 2025 is my cutoff point. My restart point is Monday, June the 30th. We're back on Saturday at about tea time. I'm not going to start again Sunday. I'm just going to do new weight loss week. I'm having 9 days off. You can't undo in 9 days what I've achieved already in 2025. And this is my 3rd surplus week of the year. I've had 2 so far, and I've still lost 34 pounds in weight, 28 pounds in body fat. So I'm going to go on holiday. Am I going to go back to being 37 stone Neil? This is how I always say it. I never go back to being 37 stone Neil, but I am not weight loss Neil, as it were. I just give myself a little bit of extra freedom for food, for drinks. I've not had a beer for 5 weeks, so I'm ready for a nice, crisp, cold pint in the sunshine, and I'm just going to enjoy myself. I'm going to kind of have what I want without being overly gluttonous, and that's it, really. And then I'm going to track up to Friday, stay as accountable as possible, and then from Monday, we'll a week on Monday. That's it. I'm back and I'll be straight back into it. And then we've got 3 months until our next holiday. So I'm going to lose my holiday weight, and then I'm just going to work on maintaining and change maintaining my weight loss and change my training up a little bit. That's it. Right, so no weekly weight loss vlog next week. That is me. I am off for a week. There will still be some content coming out that week on YouTube and Facebook and Reels and Instagram, so keep a lookout, but no weekly weight loss vlog that week. And that's it. So I will see you 2 weeks today, the 30th of June. I'm not really going to have anything to talk about, but I'll probably do a new weekly weight loss vlog and just talk about getting back into the swing of things and maybe talk about my holiday. I'll probably take some pictures of food on holiday, so I might post them. I don't know. I'm going to do a little bit of a guess the calories while I'm away. So I don't track calories on holiday, couldn't give a toss about them, but I'm going to take pictures of certain foods. I might put it on my Instagram and Facebook, and just for a bit of fun, right, guess the calories, something like that. Anyway, that is it. I'm off on my hollybobs. I'm buzzing. I'm not. I'm here for another 5 days. So, well, 4 full days and the rest of today. Keep a lookout. I'm going to get a good bit of content out this week. And that's it. And until I see you next time, make sure you boss your weight loss.